Lily Thompson hunched low in her auditorium seat, her hoodie drawn tight around her face like a shield. Her heart pounded with the kind of dread only a middle schooler could feel when their social survival was on the line. The Baton Rouge Middle School buzzed with restless energy, whispers and giggles, swirling through the crowd as Principal Gidra's voice echoed through the microphone, introducing the final speaker for Career Day. Please welcome entrepreneur and innovator Elon Musk. The room erupted in a chaotic mix of murmurs and phone camera clicks as her uncle strode onto the stage. For most kids, a world-famous relative would be a ticket to instant popularity. But for 12-year-old Lily, it was a curse. Her classmates already teased her mercilessly, mimicking her uncle's eccentric interviews and viral quotes. Today, she was certain would seal her fate as the school's laughingstock. "Dude, your uncle's here," hissed Caleb, her only friend, nudging her with a grin. "I didn't know," Lily muttered, her voice swallowed by the auditorium's din. It was true, her mom had vaguely mentioned Uncle Elon might stop by Baton Rouge during a quick trip, but showing up at Career Day, that was a complete shock. On stage, Musk looked less like the world's most powerful tech mogul and more like an eccentric uncle in his black leather jacket, his expression somewhere between amused and thoughtful. He shook Principal Gidra's hand and took the mic with a lopsided grin. "Thanks for having me," he said, his voice warm but steady. "I heard my niece goes to school here, so I thought I'd drop by and talk a little about life, engineering, and maybe failure." Every head turned toward Lily, her face burned as she sank deeper into her seat, tugging her hoodie strings until only her eyes peeked out. For 20 minutes, Musk captivated the crowd. He told stories of designing rockets in his 20s, the failures that nearly bankrupted him, and the small victories that grew into Tesla, SpaceX, and beyond. He sprinkled in humor, landing surprising laughs even with skeptical 8th graders. He fielded questions about Mars, electric cars, and even memes. But Lily's stomach knotted tighter with every laugh, every sideways glance from her classmates. Then Principal Gidra pointed to a raised hand in the back, Derek LeBlanc. Lily's heart sank. Derek, the 8th grade bully who thrived on making her life miserable, stood smirking, his soccer jersey stretched tight across his chest. "Mr. Musk," he said, his voice dripping with mockery, "you're great at speeches, but what are you bad at? Could you handle something normal, like our talent show next week?" Snickers spread like wildfire. Principal Gidra reached for the mic, but Musk waved her off, his eyes glinting with amusement. "Good question, son. I'm bad at plenty. I burn food when I cook. I definitely can't dance. And I still don't understand TikTok." The kids laughed, but Derek pressed on. "So you're not good at regular people stuff. Bet you wouldn't last 5 minutes in our talent show." The auditorium fell silent, anticipation hanging in the air. Lily wanted to disappear. Her uncle was being baited by a kid, and the whole school was watching. Musk studied Derek for a long beat. Then, to Lily's horror, a mischievous smile spread across his face. "Tell me about this talent show," he said. Principal Gidra, flustered, explained, "It's our spring showcase. Students perform, and the winner gets an arts scholarship." Musk nodded slowly. "And you think I'd flop?" Derek's grin widened. "No offense, sir, but politicians, billionaires, you ain't stage stars. It'd be embarrassing." Gasps rippled through the audience. Students turned toward Lily, who braced for disaster, but Musk only grinned wider. "You know, son, stepping out of your comfort zone is what makes life fun. Challenge accepted. I'll perform." The room exploded in cheers. Phones shot up, flashes popping as kids leapt out of their seats. Principal Gidra looked stunned. Lily felt her world collapse as chaos reigned. Musk sauntered off stage, pausing by her row. "Surprise, darling," he whispered with a wink. "See you at supper," Derek shouted after him. "Better practice, Mr. Musk. Show's Friday." The bell rang, but instead of rushing to buses, kids swarmed Lily with questions. "Is he serious? What's his talent?" She pushed through the crowd, desperate to escape. Near the exit, Derek grabbed her shoulder. "Your uncle's cool for taking my dare," he said with a sharp smile. "My cousins are bringing a news crew. Shame if he flops on camera, huh?" Lily pulled away, her voice trembling but defiant. "He won't flop." Derek laughed. "What's he gonna do? Read laws, quote Mars plans? You don't know him," she snapped. Her voice shook, but the words hung heavy. On the bus ride home, Caleb gushed. Your uncle's awesome. What's he going to do? No clue, Lily admitted, her fear mounting. At home, Musk's Tesla was already in the driveway. Inside, he sat with her mom, sipping sweet tea. There's my niece, he said cheerfully, ready for my talent show debut. Her mom laughed nervously. Elon, those kids will eat you alive. That's the fun, he replied. Lily couldn't hold back. It's not fun, it's a disaster. Her mom frowned. What's wrong, honey? Derek set this up to make Uncle Elon fail, Lily said. It'll ruin my life. Musk's face softened. You're worried I'll embarrass you. Lily looked down. Derek's mean. And there's a news crew. Her mom hesitated. Elon, maybe rethink this. But Musk shook his head, placing a hand gently on Lily's shoulder. People always assume they know what others can or can't do. Derek thinks he's got me figured out. He's wrong. Lily's eyes lifted, nervous. But what'll you do? It's in 3 days. Musk smiled. That's for me to know. But you won't be ashamed. Trust me. Lily wanted to believe him, but doubt gnawed at her. That night, unable to sleep, she crept downstairs and saw a light under the guest room door. She knocked. Come in. Musk called. He sat on the bed, papers scattered. Can't sleep? He asked. No, Lily said. I think you should back out. Say you've got a launch. Or a vote, something. Lie, he asked, raising an eyebrow. Not lie, just. Derek wants you to fail. So what? Musk said calmly. People laughed when I said I wanted to land rockets. They said Tesla would never work. If I'd feared looking foolish, I wouldn't be here. But this is different, Lily argued. Musk pulled out an old photo, a boy with a banjo beside an elderly woman. I wasn't always good at things, he said softly. We all start somewhere. What's that photo? Lily asked. A story for later, Musk said, tucking it away. 3 days is enough. Silence fell, his confidence clashing with her fear. Let me tell you something, Musk said at last. As a kid, I loved something others mocked. My mom told me, fear of looking foolish is just fear of opinions. I kept at it, and it mattered later. I'm doing this to show you courage is being scared but acting anyway. I need your help. Help? With what? Practice, he said with a grin. You know what kids like. Lily hesitated, then nodded. Fine, but don't blame me if Derek posts this online. Musk laughed. Deal, sleep now. We start tomorrow at breakfast. Her mom called from the hallway. What's the plan, Elon? He smiled, surprise. At school the next morning, the buzz about the talent show was electric. Whispers spread like wildfire. Elon Musk is really doing it. Some kids were excited, others gleeful at the thought of him failing. For Lily, it was torture. Every hallway felt like a spotlight aimed at her. Yo, Lily, Derek called across the cafeteria, smirking. He's gonna crash and burn. WBRZ's news crew already booked their spot. They want footage of the great Elon Musk flopping in front of middle schoolers. Caleb, loyal as ever, jumped to defend her. He won't flop. You don't know what he's planning. Exactly, Derek sneered. He's got nothing. Lily pushed her tray aside. She wanted to shout back, but the words caught in her throat. Derek wasn't just mocking her uncle, he was threatening her dignity. That evening, Lily hesitated outside the guest room. A handmade sign was taped to the door. Practice in progress. Trespassers beware. She knocked softly. Come in. Musk called. The room was transformed. Papers littered the bed, a laptop looped a Cajun fiddle track, and in Musk's hands gleamed a banjo, its polished surface reflecting the lamplight. He strummed a few notes, the sound raw but soulful. Min set her laptop on the table. "Your voice okay?" she asked, eyeing the thermos of warm tea he carried. "Her father's special recipe for singers?" "Not my best," Musk admitted, adjusting a string on the banjo with hands that trembled ever so slightly. "But it'll do." Lily frowned, her chest tightening. "Are you nervous?" Musk let out a short laugh, dropping onto the chair. "Of course I'm nervous. You think I get stage fright immunity just because I launch rockets?" She blinked, surprised. "But you talk to presidents. You face shareholders. You stand in front of the whole world. And none of that makes me immune," Musk said, softer now. "This isn't like a press conference. This is personal." He reached into his pocket and pulled out the same worn photo, the young boy with the banjo standing beside Miss Clara, the elderly neighbor who had once handed him the instrument. He stared at it for a moment, his expression distant. "Who's she?" Min asked gently, curiosity in her voice. "That's Miss Clara," Musk said. "She gave me this banjo when I was a kid, told me music could help me find my voice. She was right. She believed my music would lift people up someday." "And you stopped?" Lily asked quietly. "I buried it," Musk admitted. "Life took over businesses, deadlines, politics. But sometimes you have to reclaim what you've buried. Tonight's my chance." Silence filled the room. Lily's fear and pride collided. "You don't have to do this," she said suddenly. "No one would blame you if you backed out." Musk looked up, surprised. "Would you be disappointed if I did?" Lily paused, realizing with a jolt that she would. "A week ago, I dreaded this. Now, I want to see you shine." Musk smiled, a real one, not the rehearsed smile for cameras. "Then I'm doing it. For Miss Clara, for me. And for you?" A stagehand knocked on the door. "5 minutes, Mr. Musk." Min gave him a reassuring squeeze on the arm. "Stand tall, breathe deep, focus on the back wall if the crowd feels too much." As she slipped out to find her seat, Musk squared his shoulders, tucked the photo away, and whispered to himself, "Here goes nothing." The show was already in full swing. Dancers spun across the stage. A clarinet solo earned polite applause, a comedy skit drew laughter. But in truth, the audience wasn't here for the kids. They were waiting for the final act, Elon Musk with a banjo. Backstage, Musk warmed up quietly, fingers picking soft notes. Lily sat nearby, wringing her hands, while Min adjusted the backing track one last time. "You don't have to do this," Lily whispered again. "If you back out, no one will think less of you." Musk looked up, his expression calm. "Would you?" Lily froze. The answer came before she could stop it. "Yes." That made Musk smile, gently. "Then I'll do it for you. For Miss Clara, for me." A stagehand appeared. "You're up, Mr. Musk." Lily's chest tightened as she followed him to the wings. The lights bathed the stage in gold, the murmur of the crowd swelling. She spotted her mom in the front row, saving her a seat. A few rows back, Derek lounged smugly, his phone camera already rolling. Principal Gidra took the mic, her voice pitched high with excitement. "And now, our special guest, entrepreneur, innovator, and, tonight, performer, Elon Musk." The crowd erupted in cheers and flashes. Musk stepped into the spotlight, banjo gleaming. For a moment he looked almost small, swallowed by the cavernous hall and the weight of expectation. Then he strummed a single clear note. The room fell silent. The opening chords of Yombalaya rang out, lively and raw. Musk's voice carried a soulful grit, weaving through the Cajun melody with unexpected warmth. The crowd leaned in, pulled into the rhythm, caught off guard by the sincerity of his sound. In the audience, Derek's smirk faltered. Lily's heart pounded. She couldn't believe it. They were actually listening, not laughing. When the last note faded, silence hung for a breath. Then the room exploded into applause. Cheers and whistles filled the hall, kids leaping to their feet. Musk gave a small, humble bow, his face lit not by the spotlight, but by something deeper, pride reclaimed. He raised the mic again, voice quieter now. "This next one's mine. Wrote it when I was a boy, dreaming of making a difference." The hall stilled. He began by dreams, the simple chords carrying lyrics of resilience, courage, and hope. "Keep your heart open, let the river flow." His voice cracked slightly, raw and human, but it only made the song more powerful. Parents wiped their eyes. Teachers leaned forward. When the final chord faded, the silence was total, then broke into a thunderous standing ovation that shook the rafters. From her seat, Lily clapped until her palms stung, pride swelling so fiercely it drowned out every fear. Beside her, Min's hand found hers, squeezing tight. "He did it," Min whispered, her own eyes shining. Weeks later, the foundation launched with a small festival in a Cajun town. Lily, Min, and Musk stood together as local kids performed zydeco, their fiddles and accordions echoing Miss Clara's legacy. Families danced, laughter filled the air, and Musk's banjo joined in, weaving his sound into the living heartbeat of Louisiana. For Lily, the fear that had once consumed her seemed like a distant memory. She understood now courage wasn't about avoiding embarrassment. It was about stepping onto the stage, even when your knees shook, and playing anyway. Her uncle had shown her that one act of daring, even a middle school talent show banjo performance, could ripple far beyond the moment. It could change lives, heal memories, and spark legacies. And as Musk strummed beneath the open sky, Lily realized something profound. This wasn't about proving Derek wrong or going viral. It was about honoring the promise of a boy with a banjo, a mentor named Miss Clara, and the belief that music, like courage, was meant to be shared.